Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It is the Daily HiFi podcast. As always, with me is Joseph from the Joe and Tell channel. Joseph.
Hey.
Getting all
Michael.
That's me.
Michael, Mr. Youth Man.
What's going on?
Of course, my name is Chana. I am the Techno Dad. Welcome, everybody, to the podcast. Hope everybody's doing well. What's up, guys?
Whoa, what's up?
I see Joe's got some fresh background back there. I like it, man.
Yeah, I gotta, change it up once in a while.
He got that new studio. I think he's got this. He's in a different city.
Oh yeah, I just changed my location. I just get a green screen. I could be anywhere I need to be, right?
He just flies in, does the show, and then he flies out, man. That's how Joe rolls, man.
I'm gonna start doing that now. Green screen time.
Honestly, like on top of the Empire State Building, and then one day in Hawaii would be cool. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I figure right now with all the crazy stuff going on, it's nice to like picture yourself somewhere else, right?
Anywhere.
Just imagine.
Oh man, we got so many tourists right now, and they're like, "Oh, it's pretty bad." Every time I drive by, like, okay, there's a bar called Liberty Bar, and they're just on top of each other, like it's just packed. Nobody's wearing masks. Like it's a bad situation. But
yeah, well, let's not get into that.
Yeah,
people are debating all that, so let's not touch that. I'm not touching that.
Not even with my gloves.
Sound a little freaky anyway, man.
And if I do, I might use some hand sanitizer or not. I don't know.
Dude, you know what? You know how hand sanitizer was like totally, you couldn't find any, right? Mm-hmm. So I went on eBay a couple days ago to just get some wipes, just to get some extra Clorox wipes. And I found this dope setup, 35 white canister and 7 bottles of like hand sanitizer and Purell wipes, like for $20. So I was like, ding! That shit's so fast. Anyway, what's going on, peoples?
Yeah, what's up? I was gonna say, Chana, I remember you got that microband stuff, and I told you it's not on the approved list, but I guess it's under a different name. They have it under registered, so it is.
Yeah, well,
my mistake.
I would hope it would. I'm excited for the HiFi Summit. Rob.
Oh yeah, man. Rob E. What's up?
You got Junior OG.
Yeah, he's one of the first ones to sign up, or probably. He's always like the biggest supporter, man. I've always
we need to set up a Patreon for Rob E.
Right. Hook him up, man. Return some favors.
So somebody hit me up on Instagram, was like, "Yo, you got any discount tickets?" I'm like,
discount?
It was half price the whole entire month of May.
Wow.
I'm like, sorry, man, I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I know who that was. He said, "Oh, I'm crying right now." I'm like, "Well, I said a while back, don't cry, don't come crying if you miss it. We've been telling you for a long time."
We pushed it.
Yep. Oh, Optimus Vader's in the house. What's up, Eli? How are you?
It's gonna be a good day then.
Oh yeah,
it's always a good day, man. We got good folks. We got good community here, man.
Yeah. How's your back?
It's getting better. I don't know what I did, man. Over the weekend, I tweaked it like massively, dude.
You were working out, right? You were doing those preacher curls, right?
That's a good one. Did you just make that up right now?
That was awesome.
Right on the spot.
Oh man, he's on point.
I did go work out. I helped a friend move, like some furniture and stuff, but man, I don't know, something in a combination of that did not sit well with my back, and it jacked it up. So I just been putting ice on it, about 20 minutes on, and then about an hour off. So it's getting better, but it's still kind of funky. I just got to get up kind of real slow,
All right.
Doesn't pinch, but all is good, man. All is good.
Who else? Somebody else said they got their tickets already. Yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up quick, and I'll tell you, I'm very busy over here. Scheduled. Yeah. Did you guys see all the new stuff? Let me kind of show. Let me see if I can show that real quick.
Bring up Zoho calendar if you want.
Actually, I put them all on the HiFi Summit on the seminars page.
Oh, really?
Everything is there. I just got a word from Sound United that they have 3 spots. Ooh. So let me see if I can share this. Share. Yeah, anyway, continue on. I'll get this set up in a second.
Optimus says, Michael, that's age. Absolutely, man. It stinks getting older, man. I'm not old, but I'm definitely getting older. But still can't prevent me from doing my normal stuff. Just heal and move on.
Let's see. All right. So, yeah. Let me see if you can see this here. All right. So, this is what we have for the HiFi Summit seminar so far. On Friday, day 1, we have SPS. So, Nick Brown's going to do subwoofer and setup calibration. You guys can check this out too. Parasound, what to look for. Yeah, all kinds of crazy stuff. Cali Audio, I'm excited about this one, the moving mic method. I've been telling you guys about that for a while. Yamaha's there talking about integrated amplifiers, Kanto about powered speakers, and then of course after party Techno Dad
cranking
right.
it up.
I think you wanted to do the HiFi thing then, right? Where you start demoing all your test tracks. So
yeah, we're doing test tracks are going to be the first night, and then I'm still trying to figure out which nights are going to be the other theme nights. Oh, you know what? I was telling you classical night, and I was just like, no, I'm not. I don't think I'll do a classical night, but
I don't think they're ready for that.
I do like the idea of excuse me, you know how Joe, I've told you plenty of times, I find awesome cover songs on YouTube that are cool. Like just like female voice and guitar, or female vocal and piano. So maybe a lot of those really cool covers on YouTube. Yeah. Even though some of the hi-fi people be like, oh, listening to music on YouTube. Oh.
Yeah.
What you talking, man?
So let's see. Oh, we have Jacob from Dirac. Yeah, I'm excited about that. He's going to talk about some stuff. Paul Barton, he was awesome when we had him on, so he's going to talk about psychoacoustics. KCC Scientific, going to be talking about power conditioning. Got Triangle Speakers, NAD Project. Yeah, look at all these.
Lots of good stuff, guys.
Yeah, so after parties, we got some more stuff. Sound United just got, like I was saying, they have 3 of them that are coming up. So we'll see what they have to offer. Klipsch is there. So, yeah.
Look, Sonic Punk is hoping to get some Klipsch bipoles at the summit. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
You know, got those giveaways happening. So it's all good.
Yeah, they're going to be giving away the 5s.
The 5s.
Yeah. Oh, the 5s for sure. Yeah.
I do want to test those. What else we got going on? We got any questions in the chat? That's what we're going to be doing today. Answering you guys' questions.
Regular guy says, world gone crazy. I could use a trip back to better times. It's coming, man. It's got to be positive. It's happening.
Yeah. Where was that? Is that a new one or an old one? Oh, no, it's a new one. There it is.
I think 80s.
They're talking about 80s. I should do an 80s mashup night.
There you go.
There you go. You got ideas right there.
I don't know if Klipsch is going to talk about the Beast at the HiFi Summit.
I know. Yeah. Imagine if they just released it.
Maybe we could get them to. Maybe I'll shoot that to Brittany. I'll say, hey, you think you can throw some love in for that? Got some folks that are interested in it. So, all right, I'll talk to Brittany. See what we can do.
Show some like sneak peeks.
That's right.
Yeah,
maybe just set up a new page just for the Beast and make it all like cryptic. Just cryptic.
What's funny is that like some people had some very, very bad things to say about that name on your post, Michael.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you posted in the whatever Klipsch forum or something, and people are like, "That's just stupid." Oh, talk about pandering to everybody now. Like, why don't they just come out with a regular model number?
Yeah.
Oh,
they probably will.
Okay, that's fine.
It had nothing.
That's easy.
And that's the thing. They clearly stated it's not going to be called that. That's just what they refer to it internally.
It's going to be called the 12 FRSW.
It'd be the big mama.
Yeah, exactly. Something SW.
That's right.
Whatever size the woofer is, it's going to be like, if it's a 18, it'll be 118 SW or something like that.
There, are you happy?
Yeah.
It makes sense when they do that.
Yeah.
They came out with a new reference series. Oh my gosh, that was so confusing, especially for the guys that have known Klipsch for a long, long time, because a lot of their model numbers make sense, and then they came out with those, and I was like, really? It just made no sense.
Yeah, right.
Life of Bliss, what's up?
Bliss.
He's in. Kyle's in the house.
Let's see here.
Your avatar, it almost looks like you're picking up some turntables there. I know they're speakers, but it looks like some
So small,
turntables, man. That's kind of
It looks like a turntable or like an oven, like a stove.
yeah, right. Stovetop.
Good
So
question.
Rob has a question about
up there. I just saw it.
Yeah, how do the giveaways work?
Okay. So I've gotten this question a couple times, like how do I enter the giveaway? So I don't know if you've seen like Rafflecopter or what are some other ones? Something.io, what Gleam.io.
Yeah,
some of those giveaways.
I use them.
Where you can enter more times by doing more things, right? So that will be on each company's product page, but the companies are still working on the product pages, so you're not able to see those right now. Right? They're still filling it out. They're still putting in pictures and stuff like that. But come the 26th, all of those pages are going to be open for the people with tickets, right? So you're going to be able to go in there. Oh, cool. They're doing a giveaway and then enter and do all the stuff there, right? So, yeah, you're going to get an email if you want, right? And so that's basically how that works. And then after the event, anybody who doesn't have tickets, you'll still be able to enter after the event. So you're going to miss out on some of the stuff like the live, interaction that's going to be happening. We're going to have a lobby area where people can chat and say, hey, go check this out. So you're not going to be first, but if you don't care about being first, well, you can still join the giveaways after the event is over.
Yeah, the other benefit of being at the event is with the giveaways, some of those will have daily entries. And so you could come back all 5 of those days to do daily entries. So that'll give you a better chance of winning. So
yeah, we let the companies decide how they want to do their giveaways. We're just hosting. We're just a platform. So however they want to do it, some might be limited to certain countries. It just depends. So we don't make up the rules.
Someone might only give it away to China. We don't know. They make up their rules.
I am very lucky.
You are. Brett says, how does the HiFi Summit work for international people? So it's worldwide. We're not there yet where we have it all translated. It's not like you're going to go to the site and the entire site's going to be translated to the language. We can't do that yet. But as far as anybody can access it, right?
I think it's a time situation. Like, when are the seminars happening?
Yeah, so the seminars are going to be happening from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific. So I'm not sure what time that is your time, but that's when we're going to have the seminars.
And they'll be on replay too. So if you happen to miss them, you can get those later. But
yeah, that's a great thing about the internet, right?
I think it's Brett, are you in you're in New Zealand, right? What time is it? New Zealand.
What about the giveaway freight?
Yeah, so as far as the giveaways, like I'm saying, each company determines their giveaway. So some people said it's available anywhere. Some people said, US and Canada. So it just depends. I don't know how these, a lot of times these companies don't even sell in other regions, right?
Yeah.
So it wouldn't make sense for them to send out a giveaway to a place where they don't normally even sell products.
Yeah.
So it's just how it goes.
Good questions. Good questions.
Oh. What is Kyle saying here? Hey man, doing great. Forgot how much I miss a good night's sleep with his new kid. Yeah. Yeah, right. You can forget about that for a little while.
So dad life will kick you in the butt.
So Brett, it looks like 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is on Monday is 5 a.m. Tuesday where you are. So every morning when we have somebody starting up at 10 a.m., it's going to be 5 a.m. the following day is when it's going to be live for you.
So you just got to go to bed early, man, and get up early.
Or just stay up like I would do.
Yeah. I'm going to rock it all night. That's awesome, man.
Man, we got some good questions up in here.
Fred wants to know what you guys think about the PS5. Did y'all see the announcement?
Yeah. And you know what my reaction is?
What's that?
I don't need any more fucking art in my house. Can I just get something?
I like it, dude.
That will sit in my TV stand and not take up all kinds of weird space.
I like it, man.
The Xbox is like this thing. It's like all up and down.
And looks goofy.
Yeah.
It's a square, man. It's like a rectangle.
It's a rectangle, yeah.
And just think that the guy that designed the shape and the style of that guy paid buku money.
Well, what's funny is like people have thought it would look like a router. They take
Yeah.
two pages, two white pages to the sides of it. It looks like a Wi-Fi router.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
definitely a lot of trash talking. But
apart from that, the game stuff looks cool. Like Gran Turismo looked awesome.
Yeah. Horizon, that looked.
Oh,
really
you know what I call that? I call that Horizon Zero Sleep, because when I started playing that, man, I did not sleep till like 5 a.m. every night. Like my wife is like asleep next to me. I felt like a crackhead. Just like,
is that the one where you had the headphones on so you wouldn't wake her up?
Yeah. And I'm like, oh man, wait, I got to play another half an hour. Okay, wait, this thing isn't over. Like that's the kind of part I don't like about those games. Like you don't know when your little mini quest phase, whatever you want to call it, is over. You don't know when you can save and just leave it alone. So
I did the same thing with Uncharted. So on Uncharted, I found myself, it would even tell you, hey, we're on the next chapter, but you're like looking at all this cool stuff and you're like, oh, I want to see what's next. Just give me a few minutes. And of course that few minutes is like 3.5 hours later. It's crazy, man. But games have come so far. But I think, all right, so let's go back to the PS5 just for a second.
Okay.
One question I keep here, or comment that I keep hearing is, oh, it's not going to support Dolby Atmos. Okay. To me, the one thing you've got to remember is that you should be able to send the signal bitstream from the PS5. So yes, the PS5 may not be able to natively decode Dolby Atmos, but I don't have my PS4 set up that way. I would rather my receiver do the decoding.
Well, I mean, to piggyback off of that, none of these 4K players actually decode Atmos or DTSX.
Oh, okay.
None of them. I get that question all the time. Does this Sony 4K player decode Atmos? No, they all don't. Gotcha. They are supposed to bitstream out. When I upgraded in 2016, I sold all my stuff that I bought in 2005, right? So it was a Denon 3808 CI or something like that.
Right.
And then one was the HD transport, right? They're like Blu-ray player that only had an HDMI output. So I turned it on just to see if it worked, and I put John Wick, the standard Blu-ray in. I hit play, and on the Denon that I had, the new one, it's like Atmos, Dolby Atmos. I'm like, what? So that old ass 13-year-old player is already just sending everything out bitstream. So there's no need.
And for the folks who don't know what that means when you're saying sending out bitstream, what does that mean?
For the most part, it's basically just sending the raw data. So it's like, I don't know if you want to call it uncompressed, but basically it's just sending it raw to your receiver. And then the receiver has to kind of unpack that, decode it, and then send it out to all of your speakers. So either the player has to do it, and then it sends it over like PCM, or you need to send it over just kind of all in one and let the receiver do it. And then that's when that's considered bitstream. So I personally choose to do the bitstream because a lot of guys would say, well, how come I can't see what format it is on my receiver?
So you like bitstream?
Yeah, because bitstream will show you, is it being encoded or decoded in, Dolby Atmos or DTS Master or Dolby True HD and that sort of thing. You won't see that if you're sending it through PCM.
So add that one to the list, Chana. Michael likes bitstream. That means he likes it raw.
Baby, I like it raw. Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah. Shimmy,
you heard it. He said it himself. Bitstream is like
he likes to set it to raw.
I do like my steak medium rare.
So. There you go.
How about that?
We have a great question about B&W, Bowers and Wilkins.
Okay, yeah.
So I think this is awesome.
Robbie heard about that. That's good.
Yeah, I think this is fantastic because I will finally now be able to review some B&W speakers. That's why I think this is awesome.
I've yet to get in touch with
anybody. That was my first reaction too.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, cool.
And what does that mean when you say that though? What do you mean? Because I know what you mean. Maybe these guys don't know.
If you don't know what I mean, like I did a video on B&W's booth at CES 2018. 2018? Yes, 2018. And from that video, some people bought those speakers. I didn't even do a review, but I asked the guy, I was like, hey, who do I talk to about getting these speakers in review? And then, the David guy, he was really nice. He ended up moving over to Martin Logan like the following year. But anyway, Yeah, crickets. I would email, call, nothing in return, and I'm like, okay, I guess they don't care about this kind of stuff. They don't want videos on YouTube about their stuff, so whatever. But now with Sound United buying B&W, all three of us have a great relationship with Sound United. They own Denon and Marantz, and I can get pretty much any Denon and Marantz or Definitive Technology equipment to check out. It's not a big deal. So then
got a bunch of Class A stuff sitting over here.
No, wow.
I'm just
you know, that's the cool part. Like,
high-end, man.
You know, they now have a high-end speaker to pair with that high-end equipment. So whenever trade shows open up again, they're going to have a room with Class A amplifiers and B&W speakers.
Yeah. So
that would be awesome. And that's not the deal's not all the way through though, right?
Yeah, it's not 100% final. They're in the works. They're in negotiation, so to speak. And so that's kind of where they're at now. As soon as we know, we can let you guys know. But yeah, man, I think it's pretty exciting. That's for sure.
I think those guys give us a scoop like that so that we can just go and blast it out like this. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Scoop. I know what's going on.
I've always enjoyed B&W. Even as a kid, I would go down to Sound Advice, and they always had B&W and Klipsch in the same room. And so I always listened to both of those. And then later on, I was like, I love B&W, but I was like, dang, they're expensive, man.
Yeah.
They're higher end stuff. So that was partly why I went with Klipsch. It was just a lot more affordable for a dude that's not, wealthy like Joe, man.
And well, Shane got a pair of their like $15,000 speakers.
Yeah, I saw the big ones, man.
Which ones are they? 802s?
That was the 803.
803 or something.
Or D. I think it was the 802 D3s.
Diamond or whatever. Yeah. What was funny was that he was messaging me. He's like, man, I got to get a better amp. Like this thing, like this. He's like, they sound like crap with this amp. So he got a Krell, some big Krell for that. And a lot of people use like Macintosh to power those things too, which are just ridiculously priced as well.
Yeah, my buddy Giovanni, he's got a set of the 802 D3s. They're beautiful speakers. His are white. I mean,
and he's got that awesome like white center channel too. Like that thing, you don't see that every day.
No, it's a monster. Yeah, I've got a video on that if you haven't seen that over on my channel.
I'm excited for B&W and Sound United.
Yeah, it's cool.
Because I had the same experience as you, Chana. I've reached out to them before and crickets. So I was like, I don't know what's up with these guys. I don't know. I don't know why they didn't respond or, but I think most of the reviews that I've seen on them, people had to go and just buy them,
Yeah.
I just, of course that's cool too. But if you're reviewing speakers, like you don't want to go and buy any more speakers. At a certain point, you're like, I have a line of speakers all waiting. I
gotta now sell these things, pay shipping. Like
for what? So I'm excited for that. I've heard some B&Ws before. I remember the first time I've ever heard some B&Ws was way back. Some guy had some, and I was like, wow, those sound like they kind of did that disappearing act where I couldn't tell that they were coming from speakers. I was like, man, those sound amazing. Yeah, so I'm excited.
I'm on a couple pair. They're lower end series, the DM series. I had the DM 603 S2s. Then I had the 603 S3s. And then I've had two pair of their bookshelf speakers over the years.
Yeah. Like the bookshelf speakers. That's what I want to check out.
They make some good looking stuff too. Which ones did you want to check out? 700 series?
The 703s, I was trying to get in for review. Everybody was saying, hey, can you check out the 700 series? Like you said, I'd reach out to them and you just don't hear anything from them. And I know over the past couple of years that I've been doing this, the hardest thing is just finding that one person, that contact. Once you
he's there on LinkedIn. And, he's right there. He just doesn't answer anything. So that's just one of those situations. But like the B&W 603s are like $1,600 for the pair.
Yeah.
And they sounded pretty great when I heard them at CES. And like they are expensive.
They've got some affordable 603s. Yeah, they got some affordable stuff, but they also got some stuff that'll empty your pockets real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's going to be exciting.
Yeah. I think it'll be a good move for the HiFi.
Now, I know there's a question about as long as Sound United doesn't cheap out with their division. So
what happened to Jana? I think he went to share the screen or something. He just ghosted out. So ghost.
I was on the other tab and it had all three of us on there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. So
we got some more questions here.
yeah, there you go. What happened? You're
Where'd
about to
you go,
say
bro?
something and then you just ghosted out.
I accidentally hit the back button. So basically, if you guys remember last year, Sound United was actually about to acquire Onkyo, Pioneer, and I think Integra. And what they said in that event in New Orleans that I was at, they said that they would keep all their divisions there. So the Onkyo team is still going to be there. It's the Onkyo team. They weren't going to change anything.
Right.
They were just going to own the company. And that would have been cool because, like, imagine it's like the VAG group. The Volkswagen Audi group, right? You get in your Lamborghini, you've got an Audi navigation, right? But then you've got brakes from the Lamborghini in like the Audi S or RS lines. So like, you could have had an Onkyo with an HDMI board from a Denon. Like that would have been cool to get rid of like all the other nonsense that goes along with, that company's reputation. So you can Frankenstein these, products to make them even better for the consumer. So I thought that was a cool idea. But that never panned out. So maybe Sound United has just been like, hey, we still need to buy something. We got all this money. Let's buy something.
Packing it away, man. That's hilarious. I did talk to Paul. He said he's really excited about it. He really hopes it goes through. So seems like
there was a funny comment over here about they're gonna own the entire floor space in Magnolia at Best Buy Magnolia.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Probably.
That's hilarious. If you think about it, it's true. Like, who else is there? Yamaha, Sony.
Mm-hmm.
Very few other companies that they don't.
They do have some Macintosh in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Macintosh Group. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for them too. I'm excited for them to do their seminar. Did I show you that?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
Maybe I'm not. Maybe this thing isn't. Oh no, I need to update that still.
Yeah, it's not on there.
Yeah. So we have Macintosh Group doing a couple things. Sonus Faber. Nice. How do you say that? Sonus Faber.
Sonus Faber.
I
think it's Faber.
Sonus Faber.
I don't know.
Sonus Faber. And I noticed that when you write that, it says small f on the Faber, capital S but small f.
Okay.
Got to make sure. Have you guys ever checked out any of their speakers?
I've heard them at shows. That's it. They've got aren't those the one that have the little like fibers in front of the drivers?
It depends on the model.
Their speaker grills.
Yeah, that's like their speaker grill. The way that Ron, the dude Ron Kane who owns NoHo Sound, when I interviewed him about it, he said that their philosophy is they want to make the speakers kind of have the same shape as like a cello, or,
right?
Gotcha. Like those kinds of instruments. So like when he was talking about when he's demoing speakers for people, I heard the Focal Sopra 3s over there, fantastic.
Yeah.
But he's like, I would switch stuff out depending on what they want to listen to, right? For more compressed, modern music, he would put the Focals in front of them. For more classical, more jazz style stuff, he would probably switch it over to Sonus Faber. So it all it all depends.
Those got party going on.
Yeah, my kids are going crazy back here. They're having a good time. But yeah, I'm excited for they hear the kids in the background. Yeah, you hear them. Sorry about that. Nothing I can do about that.
Oh, good, man.
What are they doing in my new studio? I thought I was over here in
you were in Hollywood.
I thought I was
in Hollywood.
The heck? How'd they follow me over here? You know what? I would love to get some of this high-end gear once in a while just to test it out. Like, would you guys be down to test out some Macintosh gear? Stuff like that.
I mean, yeah.
Would you be down?
Why would I not?
I think they just look so cool.
I'd love
like
to
if
try
anything
something.
else, they just look so cool. Like if I saw that over there,
I'd be scared with your kids though, man. Everyone I'd have to like put something in front of it, like
just cage it off. Cage
it off.
Oh mercy!
I want the Cryzet Macintosh gear.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of their thing, though, right? Isn't their thing kind of like we're expensive? Like I think they like saying, yeah, we're expensive.
Yeah,
and
if you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Yeah,
they're cheapest stuff I can't afford. It's like golly.
I mean, if you're looking for a bookshelf speaker in the $1,500 range, they have those.
I'm talking about like their amplifiers and stuff and their preamps.
Oh, you mean their Macintosh stuff?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're just outrageous.
I think Macintosh Group also has audio research. Have you seen those amps?
Oh, those things are crazy, dude. Yeah.
Have you seen the price on those apps?
Yeah.
All up there.
Don't want to look. Here's a question for Youth Man.
What's up?
Thanks, or actually it's just a comment. Thanks for your opinions on the RF7 III versus the Forte and the Martin Logan. I went with the RF7 and it is phenomenal. Wayne Potter.
Good choice, man. Yeah, I've really enjoyed I preferred the RF7 IIIs over the Fortes. But the Martin Logans, man, they sound really great. They really, really do. They've got a sweet mid-range. Matter of fact, I still gotta like spend some time just sitting down A/B in between those and the RF7s just to kind of share some thoughts on that. So hopefully I can carve out some time to do that. I've been saying that for a long time, but you know how it goes, guys. Like you said, you got that long list.
Yeah.
Never enough time to get it all done.
I'm planning to pop a bunch of videos out. I've been setting up. So if you guys haven't seen me lately, it's because I've been working on my studio setup to make it so I can bust out videos quickly. So that's the plan. What else we got here? Will there be an updated Denon X8500H with all the new features? Anybody?
Where is it at?
What's that?
Did I 4432?
See, Joe likes to read all the way at the bottom, and Chana's like way up at the top trying to do them in chronological. And then Joe then we scroll down to the bottom. And we're all like,
you know what? I just saw a video. Phil Jones says no, it will not be updated. The X8500H is in this year's product line. They might have a firmware update and or a HDMI board update, and that one you'll have to send it in to get it done. There is also a cost to that. I don't know, but Phil has actually been busy on his channel.
He's been killing it, man.
Yeah,
he's growing.
He's so solid, dude. Like,
so they're just putting out more and more videos. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think what they're doing is they're seeing, man, there's an audience. There are people that are interested in what they have to say, and that he's got so much knowledge, man. You know, so definitely check them out.
That's a Sound United Training. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Sound United Training. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We announced it a couple podcasts ago. Super good stuff.
We have a question for you guys. Mike and Chana by Wayne Potter.
Yeah, that's the one we just got to.
Where is it?
I put it up on the screen.
Did you
guys answer it?
No, we didn't answer yet. What amp? What do you think, Mike?
Let's see. In your opinions, what amp would you guys prefer? See, that's like so loaded. I mean, number one, what's your budget? Because your budget is going to completely eliminate some of them, probably. I mean, I can say, okay, Macintosh, or I can say Parasound, I can say Monolith. I mean, there's a lot of different options there. There's some great companies out there. You know, some guys roll with the old school Rotel amplifiers. I personally haven't heard a ton of differences between amplifiers myself. I've tried various ones in my setup. Most of the time, those were paired with a receiver. So I'd have a receiver and then going pre-outs out of that into an amplifier. And I don't know if I honestly could put, you know, say the Emotiva XPA5 and the Parasound A51 and a BNK 200.5 and try doing some AB. I'm not so sure that I would be able to go, oh yeah, that's that one and that's that one. You know, that's just me. So I would look at build quality. I'd look at, you know, just their history, you know, and kind of go from there.
How about you, Chana?
Let's just say if you had $1,200, I'd go with the Parasound New Classic 200. Put 200 watts into those things, you're gonna love them. I had them connected to the Parasound A52 Plus, which was what, 180 watts per channel or something like that. Yeah, they were awesome. So honestly, like Mike said, it's really tough.
Yeah.
It's really tough. I would go with an amplifier, like if you like Class D. Maybe we should just try to be like, if you like class AB, go with XYZ. If you like class H, go with a Motiva. If you like class A, go with, or sorry, AB, or D or whatever, so maybe going on that preference is easier to make a recommendation. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, really.
A lot of preferences out there, and it really depends on, and some of you guys have your amplifiers out in the open, and so you may not, it may sound great, but you may not be the look that you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know you didn't ask me, but I'm gonna chime in anyway.
We didn't ask you, Joe.
Yeah, no, but I just
he's gonna get some $70 desk amp.
But I mean, if it's a desk amp, I would do that. I would say, when it comes to amplifiers, I'm like you, Michael. I can't hear that much of a difference. I've done measurements where I can measure a difference.
Yeah.
Frequency response wise, even they have a slight difference in them. And so, is it a huge difference? I wouldn't say it's a huge difference. Not like comparing speakers, it's a huge difference, right? But I would say like even doing a little bit of EQ is gonna make up for a lot of that difference. That's why typically when we make a recommendation, it's based on like what the EQ is or what the room correction calibration is, because that makes such a huge difference to the sound. I would say those are the factors that I look for, because EQ, if you're able to do that, you're gonna be able to change the sound anyway, right? I would look for, a lot of people are very technical, looking at like, what's the slew rate of this thing? What's the voltage swing? Like, I don't know how that translates to sound. Just make sure you get an amplifier that's powerful enough to play it as loud as you want to without distorting the speaker or distorting the amp, not the speaker. Right. So make sure that, and then also the main difference that I notice is actually how the thing looks and feels, right? You have to look at that thing all the time. So when it looks cool, it makes me feel good. Like straight up, when you have a good looking amplifier there and just like you look at it like, man,
damn,
I like that thing. I like that. I like what that does.
I mean, I can only hear the two parasounds clicking when they turn on from when I turn it on. So I'm like, oh, there they are. They're there.
That's what you paid for right there. The click.
Yeah, that's it. That little click, click.
You hear those? What is that?
I mean, the cool part about that is, my setup is they're actually being used every day. So, it's in the living room. My wife, watches her workout stuff on there. And just all our TVs. I mean, the TV's pretty much on because she likes to have something on while she's cooking or whatever. So they're getting used every day. Hours upon hours every day. So
yeah.
What else we got here? Oh, Ike got the OSD 5-channel amplifier. He said it made a huge difference to his weak Pioneer VSX LX 503 receiver. So that's still one of the budget ones I want to check out. The OSD guy, right? Right, Joe?
Yeah,
I know they're a sponsor.
They're out. They're out of stock right now.
Oh,
I just checked, and I don't know. Maybe it's because we were talking about it or what. But yeah, they're out. They've been out.
Wayne's
they might have an update though.
Oh,
you know what I mean? I don't know. Not gonna say, but maybe they, because you know what? Actually, I'm just gonna say it. The owner, he went on Facebook, I think it was, on the post, and he's like, "Should we come out with a 7-channel version?" Like that was his comment. So, you put it out there in public, so I'm allowed to say it. Yeah. Life of Bliss is saying in there too. They're coming out with a newer 5 and 7-channel amps. There you go.
Boom.
He's got
gear in for.
Hey, you know what you should tell the dude? Have him make a 3-channel amp, because there are no really budget 3-channel amps available. Imagine that for front stage, 200 by 3 into 8 ohms. That would be cool.
And $500, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, so for $500, yeah.
So full disclosure, I am talking to them because they are a gold sponsor at the HiFi Summit,
right?
And I do have some of their stuff in for review. And the thing that I really like about them is they're willing to listen to the feedback.
They're open.
Yeah. I call them like, hey, this is what I find, this and this, and they're like, yeah, let's work on that, and let me see what I can do, and maybe on the next version we'll do this, this, and this. I'm like, that's cool, that's awesome. So I commend those guys for that. Yeah. Because it's very, a lot of times they're like, oh, we know best. Like, you just be quiet over there. Like, all right. I talk to people every single day. I know what people want.
Yeah.
I'm getting questions all day, so you should probably listen. And so I thought it was cool that they were willing to listen.
Yeah, and then maybe have some nice pictures of the inside of the amplifier, show like, what kind of components are being used and this, that, and the other. People like to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm naked with the top off.
That's right. So Wayne says the guy at Crutchfield said Anthem and NAD, and those are definitely good quality amplifiers. And he goes on to say, but I wanted to ask you guys, and like Mike said, RF7 loves the gas. They definitely do want more power, man. You got 4 10-inch woofers to deal with. Like, you want to bump that Cardi B like my wife does? You have no problem with those things.
Anthem. You guys have experience with Anthem amps?
I haven't.
Not their amplifier, but just their receiver.
NAD?
Good.
I'm on the list to get a NAD processor.
Which one?
The T. What's it? Oh my goodness.
778.
Yeah.
Don't tell me. Are you serious?
The receiver.
Yeah, they're
778.
Yeah, they're basically back order right now. So it'd probably be like mid-July before I can get one.
That's not just a processor. That's
our AVR.
Yeah.
9-channel AVR. That thing's gonna be like their best seller. I bet you anything.
Really,
I just
really
watch.
What's that?
So when I talk to them, I guess they don't sell that online. That's all through dealers.
Yeah, it's through dealers. Yeah.
I talked to them. I was like, why? Like I think a lot of people are gonna want to just buy that thing.
Yeah.
Am I tripping? Or
No.
do you guys think so also at that price point? Do you think that's a product?
Kind of the same thing with JVC. JVC goes directly through dealers. You're not going to find JVC
for the projectors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. What other AV receiver has Dirac Live?
Yeah. And it looks cool too, man.
And the front touchscreen,
dude. So
the modules you can change out for the video part of it.
Yeah, the HDMI module, you can get an HDMI 2.1 module whenever they create it. And then it's 9 channels, and it actually has they have a 9-channel power rating. So that's pretty cool. And then it's got 9 channels of pre-outs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna put them on blast like that. So you guys in the comments, you guys let me know, what do you think about that? The NAD T778. I don't know. Can you bring that up, John?
Pull it up. It looks incredible.
What do you guys think of that? Would you buy that thing if it was available to purchase directly, right? Like if you just could go to their website or on Amazon and just order that thing, would you want that?
We're going to use Chris's video from.
Well, you can go to their oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, when we saw him over there at CES.
Like this thing. Boom. It's touch screen. Fantastic. Who is that? I know who that's June.
Yeah, that's her hand. We used it.
She was our hand model.
That's funny.
Does he go around the back? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just super clean.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
And I've never heard
that home theater dude.
Chris, that home theater dude. We're using your clips, buddy.
Yeah, you know what you did.
Hashtag, baby.
Hashtag. Yeah, so there it is.
At $3,000, like that's a great deal, I think. And it was so funny because even when both you and I, Joe, we just were like, what? Oh, dude, that thing's gonna be awesome. That thing's gonna sell really well. And they're like, really? Why?
Yeah, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, what is there something? Yeah, put that thing out there. Watch. Send one to me and watch what Send one to Donna, me, Michael. Let's see what happens.
Now I know D-Tasca's talking about Denon and Marantz making a pre-pro between $1,000 and $2,000, and they kind of have already done that with their new AVR release with the new preamp mode in the 4700H and 6700. But I wouldn't see them making a specific pre-pro. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it would be just the AV receivers.
And so last time you were saying that you have to go all in when you use that pre-pro mode, right?
Correct.
It's
you do.
all or nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
you do. So
All
you're
of them get disabled on the
So
internal
s-
application.
right. So you're gonna get like a clean signal, just as if it were a pre-pro. Now the only thing is that's going in through RCA or going out through RCA. So for those that want XLR balanced outputs,
You won't miss
you're
it.
not gonna get that on a Denon. You'd have to go to a Marantz pre-pro.
Yeah.
I
You'd be
never
all right.
understood the reason for XLRs if they're close to each other.
Yeah, you'll
You
be
know,
all right.
I would imagine
Yeah.
they're going to be pretty close to each other. Like that
I mean,
distance, why does it matter if it's RCA versus? I mean,
I don't
Okay.
kind of interference you're going to be picking up in this
Literally,
amount of distance.
the only benefit that I have seen is you do get a higher gain with the XLR. I don't remember the exact, like if there's a formula.
Right. I think there is an issue. I know Gene brings it up a lot on the voltage of the RCA pre-outs on some AV receivers are just not high enough. And basically what happens with preamp mode is like if you have just your 3 channels, your front stage powered externally, and you have the AVR running, if you jack up the volume, you can get distortion going out through the pre-outs just because they're all on.
Yeah.
You know, and the amplification section of the AVR is on as well. So, you know, it's it's definitely a cool feature if you plan to already externally amplify everything. So it's definitely a step in the right direction.
I think it just gives them flexibility, you know, for the
Yes, yeah.
consumer. I think that's the biggest thing. Gives you flexibility and you can kind of gradually go down that path towards separates, you know. So
Yeah, Brett says he has the Emotiva 5175 and hooked it up with a Marantz 6013. Goes well, but I reckon music sounds better without the amp. That could be true. I bet the Marantz AVR sounds better in 2-channel mode than the Emotiva. But again, that's a completely subjective kind of statement.
And just to be clear, we're ending this at 1 hour today. Usually we go for an hour and a half, but we said, you know what? It's easier if we just condense it, right? Let's make it an hour. Podcast is 1 hour, and we're going to try to get as much info as possible. So having said that, if you guys want to call in, I think I'm ready. Yeah.
That's a great thought right there. I was just reading Reginald's. He says if you're using a poor sounding preamp, it will affect the sound of your power amp.
That's right. That's right.
Do I miss the SVS app? No, actually I don't. I really didn't use the DSP in the SVS app.
You know, I think that's handy if you're using an amplifier that doesn't have any DSP at all. So if a lot of these integrated amps, they might have a sub out, they might have a low pass crossover, but no EQ whatsoever, right?
Yeah.
So I think it would be handy in those cases, but for the most part, you have that built into your AVR, right?
Yeah, he said he ordered the JTR Captivator 2400. He was just curious to know what I think about the DSP and the ability to make adjustments manually. Again, if you can pick up a mini DSP, that fixes it and it opens up so much. There's so much more flexibility in that than the built-in DSP in the SVS app. And as far as I just think JTR definitely is in a totally different league. At least the subwoofers that I've heard, holy cow! So I think you're in for a treat. You're going to enjoy it. Tone Winner. Have y'all heard of Tone Winner amps?
No. What is that?
I've had a couple guys ask me if I would review them. I think they're more budget friendly, but I'm wanting to say, let me pull them up. Tone Winner.
Tone Winner. Hey, do you guys have Chana, do you have the phone number?
There it is.
There it is. If you want to give us a call, we're ready. We got about 10 minutes, so do it.
Do it. Because I'm here and I'm there and I'm Big Bet China. I'm everywhere.
Oh, good.
So a little Sugar Hill gang there for you guys.
I hear kids. Yes, you do.
Yep. Joe's kids. Yeah.
They're getting crazy right now.
Is there a limitation on how high should Atmos ceiling speakers be placed? That's a good question. Have you seen anything, Michael, about a limited or like a height?
I think there's a limitation on like low ceilings. Like if you got really short ceilings, 6 foot, 7 foot, it's harder to get that separation from your floor level speakers to your top level speakers. But I don't think I've ever heard anything, because to me, that would be adjusted with the levels, you know, in your AVR.
Yep. Got a call.
So I don't think that's as big of a deal. You just don't want them too short.
All right, you're on the air. What's your name?
And where are you from?
Question? It's RGA, regular guy audio.
Hey,
what up?
What's
up? How's it going, brothers?
How are you? How are you, man? How are you doing?
Doing good. Hope y'all are doing well. Been a little chaotic in the world recently.
A little bit.
I just you guys were talking about pre-out voltage. That's something I run across quite a bit in my travels and helping people hook stuff up. Are you guys aware of things like the ART Cleanbox and the adapters they've now made readily available to help boost and balance your signal?
No, I haven't heard of it.
No, and how many channels is that thing?
The one I bought was only 2. It was like $79, and I got it on a tip from a friend in the audio group I'm a part of when I started moving up to the pro amps and the heavier stuff in my setup.
Yeah,
and it's been a blessing.
What is it called?
ART Cleanbox.
The ART. So ART is the brand, right? Because I have some stuff from them. The Cleanbox.
Yeah, they make a lot of different stuff. I think they make crossovers and things like that too.
I have a preamp from them, a little microphone preamp. Yeah, so that's interesting. So it's about like $80 for 2 channels.
Yeah.
Curious to see what if
I paid for mine.
If somebody has like 9 channels though, or 11 channels, that's going to start to add up.
Well, that's the beautiful thing is you can divide it up 2 channels. You know, you can add them to your surrounds and stuff as well, especially if you're suffering from a pre-out voltage thing and you have longer runs. What I love about it is it converts the RCA over to balance for the longer runs as well.
Right, I see that. There you go. Yeah, you can output 4 dB.
That looks like a little mini. Looks like a little cart amplifier. Remember those?
Yeah. Well, ART. They used a lot of ART stuff in music production. I actually had a ART 6 headphone amp in here.
That would make sense. I think the fellow I was talking to is a producer. He's over in Europe somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Even Life of Bliss says the ART Cleanbox is great. Was a necessity for using a Crown Pro amp for subs. Yeah,
that's awesome. The signal's too low. You just use that thing, huh?
Yeah. I did a video not long ago. Well, actually, it was long ago about pre-out voltage clipping. It was kind of a just low buck video for guys in my group because there was a lot of fellows transitioning to pro amps thinking that was just the way to go because of the $1 per watt value. And they were having trouble with that because a lot of receivers, they vary across the board from like 1.2 to down as low as 0.9 volts. And a lot of the pro amps, especially in the used market, some of them old BBs and stuff take as little or, as much as 4 just to get them off the line. And that's where that Cleanbox came in. So I had what was it? I think it was a PV1000. I was bench testing downstairs and I didn't have enough driver voltage. And that's where my buddy came in. And I've had several of them around since then because it comes in handy.
That's cool. So you have a channel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do we find you?
I'm just regular guy audio. A lot of Cerwin Vega stuff. A lot of randomness. Small channel. I never really put a lot into it like you guys. There's a lot better channels out there.
Yeah, that's 200 videos, bro.
People that follow. I was prolific for a while.
I got the link here.
Yeah, let's see what we got. We got regular guy audio. He's a regular guy on our channel. You're a regular here. There you go. There's a link in the chat
I love
right
you guys
there.
and what you do for the community.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, there it is. Boom.
202 videos, man. That's not
a lot of videos.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Why?
A lot of them are kind of here or there. I always do them unedited off the cuff. I speak freely, and a lot of people have appreciated that. I do videos for people that ask me questions and stuff.
Yeah. What is that? Have you seen those evictions? Those huge eviction speakers? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, the RTRs.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
have you seen those? I just felt like that might
Yes,
be.
I have.
It just reminded me of old school Cerwin Vega stuff. That's why.
I got to hear a pair of the 15s, and since I'm a Vega guy, they were close, but they didn't have the bass response you expect. You know?
Yeah. No.
They're plenty punchy, but they didn't go as well.
Yeah.
That was always my draw to the Vegas.
Did you ever have any strokers?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
You did?
them to death. Yes, I did. I had two 15-inch stroker pros back in the 90s.
Pro stroker.
Chana, you know Chana's mind of that. He doesn't know about the Cerwin Vega strokers. If you don't know about the Cerwin Vega strokers,
I know about the strokers, dude. I sat in the stroker van.
Oh, you did?
It's so dirty. I sat in the stroker van plenty of times when I was a kid.
Oh,
doesn't sound right at all now.
You can't be an audio guy and not have heard of the strokers. It's hilarious in name and even more crazy when you're in one of the cars with them.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
Been in the stroker van. Yep. So you've had the experience. You know what's going on.
Oh yeah. And when they did the re-release, I was talking to Ryan, the engineer at Vega Mobile. He's in the group I'm in. And he was talking about it. I didn't like the price, so we kind of butted heads on that. I'm like, $1,200, dude. I can go on eBay and get one for $3 to $5 if I really wanted to go that route. But there's so much competition now.
Yeah, I would love to see them really get back into the game real hard. You know what I mean? Cerwin Vega is like that's the name. Like I just love saying Cerwin Vega.
Cerwin Vega and Klipsch are two companies that have my heart. They've been around since the 50s. You know, they're some of the pioneers. Cerwin Vega with the first solid-state amp, and who doesn't love a Klipsch horn?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, very cool. It's good talking to you.
Yeah, man.
Likewise, gentlemen. I hope you're all well, safe, and happy.
Doing great, man.
Congratulations to Bliss. I want him to hear this. Congrats, brother. Pulling for you, being a new dad again.
That's awesome.
Everybody be excellent to each other.
Yes, we have a great community. Yeah. We have a great community here.
They got a new movie coming out too. New Bill and Ted.
I
know. I'm looking forward to that.
Very cool.
I'll let you guys get back to the serious stuff. It's wonderful talking to you.
Hey, good talking.
Right. Thanks for calling in, man. It was awesome.
Take care.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cool. Good stuff. Hey, Wayne Potter's got a question. He says, okay, here's a question. It might be a stupid question, but is there that much difference in sound quality with an amp versus no amp? And I'm assuming he's talking about a receiver adding an amplifier and a receiver just powering it, with the internal amplification.
I mean, I had a question. Someone bought a 5-channel amp and was powering their front stage and their 2 rear heights with it, and then the rest of the stuff on the AVR.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, I don't really notice a difference. Am I doing something wrong? What's happening? So I kind of went through and troubleshoot the situation with him a little bit, So I told him okay, I got his speaker specs. I was like, well, I would turn your crossovers down on your, from 80 to 50 on your mains, and maybe run just the mains in the center off the external amp. And then, after you run your calibration or room correction, he had a Denon, so it was Odyssey. Mm-hmm. And after that, he was like, all right, let me do that and get back to you. And he's like, hey, this actually sounds a lot better. So, it's funny. It's like my buddy from college who hates all this stuff. And, in my college apartment, I had all my shit there, boom. Big Sony Trinitron, my Denon receiver, my JBL, monitors and stuff. And he's like, hey, what soundbar should I get? So I'm like, don't get a soundbar, get this Denon, and I'll get some speakers for you. So I sent him a pair of RP600Ms.
Hang on, caller.
Oh, we got another one.
It's okay. Just go ahead. Continue.
Oh,
we'll get to your question right now. Just hold on.
Oh, okay. So then basically, then he got a center channel. He liked the 2 speakers, but he couldn't hear the vocal. So he got a center channel. And then he's like, man, So now I got a center channel. Now I need to get a sub because the bass is gone. I'm like, wait a minute, the bass is gone. What do you mean? The bass shouldn't have gone anywhere. So I troubleshooted it with him, and he's like, oh, you know what? My kid came by and hit one of those color buttons on the Denon remote and changed the sound profile, you know, and since he's running everything from the TV, just optical into the Denon, you don't see any of the menus. You don't see any of that stuff. And that's when it dawned on me, people that are moving away from a sound bar to like just having a receiver with 2 speakers or maybe just a front 3, like they have a lot to learn as far as like what to do, what not to do. And it was just interesting to me, you know, with hearing about his frustration. And he's like, oh, okay. So he's like, it does sound way better, but there's the trade-off is you have to learn how like the system works so that you can get that sound. And if your kid or whomever comes by and presses a button or 2 and it doesn't sound the same, you need to figure out how to get it back to that. So I think that's kind of cool, just having to go through that experience, and it gives me insight on what people are thinking and why it is so hard. Because I would be like, oh my god, I can't hear anything, you know.
Hey caller, thanks for waiting. Are you there? I wanted to make sure to take your call.
Man. Yeah, thanks, Joe, Michael, Chana, it's Robbie. Just want to say I love you guys, love all your content, appreciate everything, and had a quick question.
Yeah, man.
I'm not too sure if you guys know, but Velodyne has a new owner, and I guess they're coming back to the scene.
Right.
Would you guys buy a Velodyne subwoofer for like your own personal use? Like, let's say you weren't given one to review, but just like go out and buy one. But like, I remember I had one back in the day. It was so awesome for like nostalgia, because I know I had some back in the day, and you know, if they were to come out with something, I would go out and buy one just for nostalgia. But this new owner, I don't know like how credible they are. Are they really in it? Are they like an audio enthusiast, or are they just going to be like a bean counter? Be like, what's the minimum we can get by? Make a product and just slap the the name on it and just sell it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the reality, we won't know until till some time passes. I'm like you. I started off with Velodyne. I had the CT100, then I moved up to the F1500, and then I moved up to a single HGS15. Then I added a second HGS15, and then I reviewed a DD. What was it? The DD12, a 12-inch version of that.
Yeah.
And so I've heard a lot of the Velodyne years, and they're solid subwoofers.
Oh, yeah, really nice.
As long as the amplifiers don't die in them. But they had that.
Yeah, I still have one. Dude. I still got a DD, the 15. I still have one in my office. It's still going. It's like 20 years old.
They were one of the first subwoofer companies that came out with the 18. They had the DD18. That thing was a monster, man.
Yeah.
Remember hearing that with a pair of Klipsch? Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as, I don't know, we just won't know. Time will tell. Would I buy one? Man, I've moved up to 18s. I mean, if they've got some sweet 18s. Maybe.
Oh yeah. I don't think you'd buy one right now with your twin RS2s now. I think you're done.
I don't know where the ladder goes after that. I'm like,
he's never done when it comes to bass. He's never.
That
done.
Is nuts.
Yeah, I mean, Chana, what do you think? What do you think? I mean, for me, I would say the reason why anybody bought their products before was because they made good products, right? Like that's the reason why anybody buys anything, hopefully, not because of the name of what it was. It's kind of like, what is it now, right? So if they come out with some great products now at great prices now, then I think people will buy it. Whether I'm going to buy it, like I get too much stuff. I have too much stuff that I can't even use. So a lot of times, like I'm asking these companies, hey, can we do a giveaway? Can we do something? Because I have too much stuff. So I'm probably not going to be buying anything. Chana.
Yeah.
I'm not buying shit, man. I'm trying to sell as much of this stuff off as possible because I got bills to pay. And like, I was supposed to have DJ'd 2 weddings last month, 4 weddings this month, another 4 weddings next month. So like, I'm losing a lot of money not working because of gatherings and that sort of thing. So yeah, I don't plan on buying any. I mean, I did just buy a new computer, but I've been saving up for that because I knew it needed a new studio computer. So
you got a good kid.
Yeah, makes sense. No, reason why I bring that up is because, like, that one speaker company, KLH.
Yeah.
They're really big back in the 80s, 90s, and then they went away, and then there was a resurgence. They came back. Somebody bought the name or the rights or whatever, and and I've been on AVS forums, Audioholics, Reddit, AV Nirvana, and all these guys that go out and buy those towers. They're like, man, for the price, like, these things aren't that good. For $600. I mean, it's reviewers. No offense. People they'll go and they'll say, hey, it's a good speaker. But when you go out there and talk to the average user, it's not getting really good reviews. And the companies that make them, I think somebody took apart the speaker and they looked at the crossover, and the crossover was just really sad. So
I haven't heard them myself.
I think these companies are just buying up these old names and just trying to, make money and not really, putting their heart and soul into an actual making a high quality product. They just want to make money.
Yeah, I can't speak on that on KLH specifically, but I just looked last time. I don't know if you remember, but so I'm looking at KLH and the owner is Dave Kelly, right? CEO Dave Kelly, and then it says here that he was previously the president of Klipsch.
Yep. Oh wow! Look at that.
Isn't that crazy?
Look at that.
There you go.
Yeah, and last time, we had somebody from Klipsch on, right? And I guess that's her pops or something.
Oh yeah,
crazy.
Was that Brittany?
Yeah.
Brittany's dad?
Yes, Brittany's dad.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, we got. Yeah, I haven't heard those speakers. I've always wanted to review them to see, but that was their first kind of go at them, right? So.
That was their first line, that they came out. So maybe hopefully they'll learn and make something better. But then again, it could be just the individual member that doesn't know how to, set up the speaker properly, or it could be their individual room. I mean, rooms have so much effect on sound and bass and everything. A lot of people don't understand that. If somebody reviews a product, sounds great in their room, you go buy the product, hey, it sounds like crap in my room. Well, hey, you have an open space or you have vaulted ceilings or whatever, it's not going to sound the same. Every room is different.
Right. I mean, they could be bad. They could be bad. Who knows? Right. I haven't. Michael, you've reviewed some, right?
I did. Yeah, I actually really liked them. Now they're not amazing. I wouldn't sell my Klipsch for them, but for the price, I thought they were a great value. I really did. It's got a good clean sound. I didn't hear any distortion in them. And I kind of tend to crank them. I want to see where their breaking point is. And I didn't have any issues with it. Powering them with clean power, they sounded really tight. So I didn't have any.
That probably has a lot to do with it. What you're powering them with, and how you have it set up. Like Michael, you have a dedicated room. You have sound treatment. You got proper amplification. You probably set up the speakers correctly. You angle them in. Your average user is not going to have all that stuff, and they're going to say, "Hey, it sounds like crap." So it's always grain of salt. But anyways, I got to run, guys. I want to love you guys all. Love your content.
Later, Rob.
The HiFi Summit, man.
Hey, brother. Take care. Thank you.
Later, bro. All right.
So that's it. That's it. We're done.
Yeah. Let me just quickly get this Brian TV question out.
Sure.
5-channel amplifier. Now, the Outlaw Model 5000 is rated 120 watts per channel. 5 channels driven into 8 ohms. Now, when you drop that down to just 2 speakers, you're going to get 170. So the question is, if you're powering 3 speakers, how much wattage are you getting? They don't have any numbers. I'm going to guess somewhere between 140, maybe let's just be safe, say 135 and 150. That's my guesstimation on if you're just going to power the 3 channels and what they're going to be. 8 ohms, of course. Yeah.
You got to read the next comment. 2 down from that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. I gotta pay for things.
Didn't he buy your what was it, a player?
Yeah, he bought the UB9000. Yeah.
I knew it was that. He's like, yeah, anything you want to sell, man. Shoot me.
Let me know. Let me know.
It's the opposite of youth. Instead of Youth Man Deals, he's got like Techno Dad Sales.
That's right.
TDS.
Yeah, the TDS. There it is.
The YMD and the TDS. All right.
Oh man.
Cool deal. Johnny, want to send us out, man?
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out on this shortened edition of the Daily Hi-Fi Podcast. Again, we do this every Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you subscribe to the Daily Hi-Fi channel. And of course, if you like the audio version only, there is a link in the description to the audio only version of the podcast, so you can listen to it at work while you're riding a bike, jogging, at the weird bubble gym. You know, have you guys seen the like gyms that have like sectioned off little bubbles for everybody to work out? Crazy stuff happening around the world. So we're happy and glad that you guys are sharing some time or spending some time with us. So yeah, thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Oh, I gotta hit end.
Always.